Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Adair Live. We will be hosting these every week featuring experts from our home building industry to help you better understand the ins and outs of building your dream home on your land. My name is Gab Gately, and I'm part of the marketing team here at Adair. This week, again, we have Jay. So, welcome back, Jay. Excited to have you here again.
Likewise.
Perfect. Today we're going to be answering just some of your general questions I asked kind of this past week over our just social media channels for everyone to send in some questions. So we will be answering those now. We'll be also monitoring the chat, so let us know where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building or thinking about building, and tell us what part of the home building process you're in. And whatever stage you're in, we want to hear from you. And then we'd love to answer any questions that come up along the way during this time. So just put those in the chat and we will get rolling. So some of the questions I have, they're kind of just all over the place. So this should be fun. So the first one I have is, do we at Adair offer financing?
That's a great question. Yes, here at Adair Homes, we do utilize a company called Adair Financial Services. And Adair Financial does specialize in construction loans. So for those of us that have been, maybe pre-approved for a mortgage and we're out there shopping existing homes and we can't find the exact home that we want. And so now we're thinking about building. That's okay. We just need to transition and get a construction loan. So long-winded way of saying, yes, Gabby, here at Adair Homes, we have Adair Financial Services that offers a full suite of construction loan products.
Perfect. And then our next question was, can you bundle the cost of land into your construction loan?
We get that question a lot. So yes, think of it like this, team, that everybody that is looking at funding a construction loan is the main loan. It is the umbrella financially above the entire project. So a construction loan, one simple loan, can buy the property. It can help fund all of the development of that property, and it funds the builder, whichever builder you choose to do business with, to build the home. So the answer is yes. One simple loan takes care of everything.
Awesome. Good to know. And then, at least for Adair, do we mostly build on lots or do we build communities? I know we get that question a lot, at least on our in the social comments. So
Yeah. It's, Adair, we specialize in on your lot construction. There are a lot of other builders throughout the communities that we serve that are more subdivision builders, right? But I will say that here at Adair Homes, we do not own land and we do not own subdivisions, right? We are a builder that specializes on building on scattered lots. And what that means is that for those families that own their own property and they're looking for a builder to help them build a home on that lot, we are your builder. But what about the other half of us that, like, I don't own land and I still want to build a home? Not a problem. Adair has resources with local realtor contacts to help those of us that don't have land. Let's go find a piece of property. Let's make an offer on it, put together a total project cost, and we can go build. So regardless if you own land or not, Gabby, we are absolutely the builder for you.
perfect. And then somewhat of a follow-up question to that. If I were to say I don't own land, can I still maybe come in and have like an initial consultation with one of our members to try to find out how I can get that?
Absolutely. I would ask anyone who is live currently or watching the video, is there's no reason to not engage your builder, right? If you're not pre-approved for a loan, come in and talk to us. If you don't have land, come in and talk to us. If you're not sure what size of home you want to build and you haven't really thought about single story or two story yet, come in and talk to us. because any builder that you engage with, like Adair Homes, any of the sales representatives that you talk to, they will walk you through what this looks like, what options you have, how it works, and it is a very good information gathering session. So that's really the most important thing. Don't think by walking into a builder, it's like, hey, we're going to sign contracts today. Welcome. No, 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 no. We need to get a lot of questions answered before we get to contract signing.
Perfect. And then I know with Adair, we can offer like customizable options. People can just choose our standard plans or whatever. How, I guess, customizable can someone go on their home?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to answer that in two ways. Number one, when we talk about customization, we're talking about the floor plan, square footage, number of bedrooms, size, how large the garage is, daylight basement, like structural, right? Here at Adair Homes, we have a full in-house design and drafting team. We have a custom home path that is very clearly defined, and we will absolutely customize any of our plans, or out on the internet, or a customer who has designed their own floor plan in their living room and has been thinking about this for a number of years. We can absolutely build the home that you're looking for, with some exceptions. I mean, it needs to meet residential building code, and we need to be able to, frame it and stand walls and roll trusses on it, right? So structurally speaking, we should be able to be extremely flexible in building any custom floor plan that you're after. When it comes to interior fit and finish, that's when Adair Homes is going to ask you to be, a little bit more flexible with us, where we have our known design centers in all of our locations across Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Arizona. And we want you to utilize our design centers for all your interior fit and finish. And the reason for that is because we already have known relationships, bulk purchasing discounts. We know that those products are readily available. So when your home rolls into construction, there's not delays for back ordered items and things of that nature. So if you're a custom customer and you want to go out all over, and I want to pick out my own light fixtures, and I want to go to my own flooring company, and I'm going to go pick out my own, we would ask you to come and talk to us, visit one of our design centers, and make sure that that we might not be a great resource for you.
Perfect. And then is someone able to bring their own kind of plan and layout to us, or do we have to, or does someone have to use one of our already kind of pre-offered plans?
No, just like I talked about, structurally speaking, Adair is very flexible. You do not need to build one of our floor plans. We can absolutely build your floor plan, or one that you found online. The only comment there is we are unable to, infringe on copyright laws. So depending upon if we're not able to make enough changes to that home and modify it, we might need to purchase a one-time use fee for that floor plan, which generally is not a big deal. Or we could, customize one of our floor plans as well. Super simple, super simple.
Awesome. And then what is our cost per square foot? That's also a very common question all over social media.
That is a great question. So I'm going to sound like a sales guy, and I'm going to ask you to please come in and talk to one of our sales staff, because, as you know, costs differ regionally. So, the closer you get to Seattle, labor and trades tend to be a little bit more proud of themselves. Once you get out into more rural areas, labor rates kind of deflate a little bit. If you're in a jurisdiction that requires a much higher snow load because it's, heavy winters or mountain areas, that's going to adjust the cost per foot. If you're building in Arizona, we build the homes completely different. They're all slab on grade, and the majority of them have stucco. But I would say, generally speaking, here locally, like in the Portland metro area, there is a range of, down to 150 a foot up to $200 a foot, but that's just a absolute, wild guess. And Gabby, I would also say that if you're working with a builder that has a very high level of integrity, generally speaking, right? This is not always perfect, but generally speaking, the larger the floor plan gets and the more square footage there is, generally it's less per foot. But a smaller home, I'll exaggerate, that's, let's say 1,000 square feet. Well, at some point, there is no cost savings because framers still have to go out there, concrete contractors still have to go out there. And generally speaking, smaller homes can be a lot more per square foot because of that. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yes. Do our homes come with a warranty? And if they do, what kind?
They do. Yeah. So depending upon what state you're building in, if I remember state laws, builders must maintain a 1 year, let's call it a bumper to bumper warranty on the homes. But after a year, that's when things kind of get squirrely. But here at Adair Homes, what we've done is we've made the option or the choice to purchase a 10-year warranty on your behalf. So any Adair homeowner who chooses us as their builder and moves into their brand new Adair home, we're purchasing a third-party 10-year warranty for them that really, really helps them oversee all of the, well, I guess what I would consider fit and finish of the home. But Gabby, I would also suggest that most builders, you would hope, are using very good, high-quality interior fit and finishes. So there are things like, the manufacturer's warranties. So some of the manufacturer warranties far exceed 10 years, right? And so at Adair Homes, we also transfer all of the manufacturer's warranties for flooring, siding, and other things into the homeowner's name as well.
Okay, awesome. And then what would be included in our base price that we offer?
Boy, how much time do we have? And I'm going to need to reference a spreadsheet here. So I'll answer that kind of in a couple of different ways.
Mhm.
So at Adair Homes, and please understand, every builder is different. And it's so important when you go and you visit a builder. My wife and I recently built, and one of the in an area that Adair does not serve. And one of the hardest parts for me is how do you compare builders? Because can somebody please just show me like apples to apples and what everybody includes so I can make an educated decision as a buyer? It's super frustrating. So here at Adair Homes, we have a very, very well documented, I promise, marketing sheet that shows you exactly what comes standard in the base price of your Adair home. But for the contents of this video and today, I would say that the base price of an Adair home does not include the land, and it does not include developing a piece of property, because we don't know if you need septic or well or city utilities or if you're on acreage or a city lot, but it includes the foundation and everything up and inside the home, right? That's what's included in the base price of an Adair home is the Adair home, not the development and not the property. And then when it comes to the fit and finish, right, that's where we have a marketing document that says these cabinets, these countertops, these appliances, these plumbing fixtures, right? And we don't have enough time to go over that. But in our design center, you can clearly see all of the fit and finish that comes standard in the base price of your Adair home.
And then what happens maybe if there's a delay when building? Kind of what would someone do then?
If there's a delay?
Any type of delay.
Well, so our superintendents um, I would like to believe, do a very good job in communicating to our homeowners. Um, our policy states that our superintendents communicate on at minimum on a weekly basis, and when they're out on your job site, they are taking pictures and uploading those pictures to a software called Builder Signal, in which case the homeowner is able to see all the things that are going on their job site. Um, but if there's a delay, that was the question, your superintendent should be able to notify you that there's a delay on getting the roof trusses scheduled, or there's a delay because I don't know, the plumber got a flat tire and now we're going to be delayed until next Wednesday, right? But if there is a delay, there's no impact to the customer or to the consumer. The only impact would be we're sorry, we just lost a week during construction or something. But no penalties or no issues or nothing to the end consumer when it comes to a construction related delay.
That's good to know. And then this one was a little more of a specific question. Someone asked if we offered kind of any more details about specifically cabinet sizes, and then maybe if like their home ownership counselor can maybe help them find that information, or if we offer that to them.
Oh, absolutely. So if you go online, right, we have what's known as floor plan renderings, right? And when you go online, it's like, oh, I can't see the cabinets. Like I want to know what these cabinets look like. So that's that's one of the many reasons to come into your local Adair office, because your home ownership counselor with Adair Homes will be able to pull up and show you. Think of it like a CAD drawing rendering. We'll be able to show you right here exactly what those cabinets look like in real time. And then that's part of the process. Is if a customer is really sensitive to cabinetry, we can talk about adding some cabinetry, removing some cabinetry, customizing some cabinetry. We can do all of that. And that's structurally changing the cabinets. And then we've got tons of fit and finish around stain or paint or all the different colors. So yeah, definitely come into your local Adair office and we can show you the cabinets that are going into your home.
Perfect. And then the last question I had on here was, how long will it take to build my home? It's a very general question.
Yes. Is it 1,000 square feet? Is it 4,000 square feet? Generally speaking, here at Adair Homes, and it does depend on what market segment you're in and where you're building. But I think I like to believe that our construction services department prides themselves on building homes in approximately 8 months. Okay. Sometimes it'll push up to 10 months or so. It just kind of depends. There are certain jurisdictions that are outliers to that. But once Adair pours the foundation, that is a fair and reasonable time on approximately how long it takes to build a home.
And then those were all of my questions. So I'll go over to the chat. See.
Yeah, it looks like we have a handful.
Yeah. Let's see. This one's a little bit of a long one. Liz asked, recently HOC told us that black windows on the exterior and a white on interior would be a substantial cost upgrade. I'm curious as to why it's so much cost to change when the window color, when I look on Home Depot, and the gelled windows appear to be the same price regardless of the color choice.
That's interesting. So when it comes to vinyl windows, and Liz, that is a great question. Okay, think of it like this. Here at Adair Homes, we are in contract with JELD-WIN Windows. For example, that is one of our suppliers. Okay, and we get very large bulk rate pricing because we buy thousands and thousands of windows a year. Okay. So when we go outside of that bulk volume pricing and we do kind of one-off windows, such as black vinyl windows, okay, now we're not getting our bulk volume pricing. We're buying that window package kind of as a one-off for that one home. And unfortunately, that's when our pricing kind of starts to inflate a little bit to retail pricing, right? Or closer to retail pricing. But as long as we stay with white vinyl windows, right, the ones that we buy in huge bulk for all of our homes, that's when we're able to, get lean and mean. And one of the multiple ways why we keep the homes as priced how we do. Another comment, when you use the word upgrading white vinyl, and Liz made a good comment, is that there's a handful of windows in the industry, right? The ones that we're referencing here, specifically from Geldwin, right? They have a black exterior, right? And then they have a white vinyl interior. So if you're inside the home and you have all your beautiful white trim, you're looking at a white vinyl window. When you go outside, right, you're looking at a black vinyl window. Okay. So that is kind of a first upgrade. But for those families that are like, no, 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 I want full black extruded windows, both interior and exterior. Okay, then that's a very different process. And those windows start to get even more expensive. And they're generally, more of like a custom order window, even if they're standard dimension. So Liz, hopefully that helps you answer it a little bit. But yeah, we would love to get you the exact pricing on those windows at your local Adair office.
Next question we had was, have prices gone up or down in the last 6 months?
Oh, Julie, I love it. Both. How about that? So we get this comment a lot, is that, hey, builder, lumber is way down from where it was. Hey, when are you guys going to start lowering your prices by like $10,000 or $20,000, right? So great comment. So lumber pricing has gone down 100%. Unfortunately, in the new home construction industry, labor continues to rise. Okay. And other commodities continue to be on a very slow incline, concrete being an example, right? And so what's happening is that lumber is now our best friend. So as other commodities, materials, and labor have been on this just kind of slow, steady, just kind of moderate incline, lumber is offsetting those increases. So depending upon what builder you're doing business with, you should notice that building, especially new home construction, prices should be extremely stable over the last 6 months, almost the last year. Okay. Prices are going up. However, lumber is a large enough commodity that it is offsetting those increases. Therefore, it's keeping everything somewhat stable. So hopefully that answers your question.
Makes sense. Let's see. Our next question is there an option of building a house in Spokane? And if we were not to move out there, could they sell it?
Absolutely. Yeah. There is a wonderful, wonderful lady by the name of Jennifer Morales. She is our home ownership counselor out of the Spokane office. And we have actually a brand new office. We just moved and did a big upgrade. So yes, we are right there in the heart of Spokane. So yes, please contact us. We'd love to get you in contact with Jennifer. She could absolutely help you either locate property or if you already own the land, we can put together a total project cost. And in the event that you built a brand new home and you decided not to move to Spokane, well, then at that point, it would just be an investment. And yeah, you could hopefully go ahead and sell it for a substantial profit.
And then our last question it looks like we have is, how much are the larger scale homes on average?
Okay, so I'm assuming that's more of a cost. a cost question, like how much do the larger scale homes cost on average? So here at Adair Homes, the best way to answer your question is on our website. If anybody just goes to adairhomes.com, one of the first things that you're going to be asked is, okay, well, where are you building, right? And then once you click on, hypothetically, Arizona, it's going to break it down into, okay, now what county within Arizona are you building in, right? And then once you go to floor plans, you're going to be able to see all of our pricing for our, in this example, our larger scale floor plans. They're all on our website. But I think that if you broke out a calculator, what you're going to see is those larger scale floor plans are less money per foot than the small scale floor plans, right? So I apologize. I don't know if I answered the question all that well, but check out the website and you can get the exact pricing for the floor plan that you're most interested in.
And then a second question from the one about moving or building a home in Spokane is, do we need an appointment?
Technically, no, you don't. Adair offices, they are open. Well, depending upon the office, right? We're either open 5 days a week or we're open 6 days a week. It just kind of depends. Some of our offices, a lot of them are closed on Sundays, right? But you are more than welcome to contact the Spokane office. Normally what will happen is that we have a online team that does a very good job of immediately responding to either phone calls, chat, or incoming messages. And then they will be able to get you an appointment with Jennifer Morales. And if you're in town, come on in. If you're not in town, we can do just like we're doing here. We can do a virtual in-person meeting to get your questions answered.
See another question from April. I see you build more conventional homes. Do you dabble in other styles like barn doors or steel framed?
Okay, so we get this question quite often, especially when we start going down our custom home path. And April, unfortunately, Adair, we are unable to do steel framed buildings. And the reason for that is that, our machine, if you will, like our framers and our suppliers and this machine that, gets your home built, we're geared for conventional materials and framing labor, right? We don't hire trades or currently have on staff trades that do steel frame construction, right? When it comes to barn dominiums, depending upon what your definition of a barn dominium is, we would likely be able to do that. We as long as we can, order roof trusses and frame walls and use it with, conventional framing. Well, what am I trying to say? As long as we're able to order a lumber package from our local lumber supplier and a framer is able to show up and frame it, right, and hopefully order roof trusses, then yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to build it.
Perfect. Let's see. Maybe I'll leave it for another minute to see if anyone else watching has any more questions. But yeah, if anyone is interested in just learning more about our process, you can schedule some time to talk with our team, like Jay said many times, at adairhomes.com/schedule. And then if there aren't any more questions, we will probably see you guys next week. So thank you so much, Jay, for being with us here again, answering all the questions.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody next week.
Then thank you to all of our viewers. We will see you next week for the next Adair.